Hi, folks. Hope you're doing well. Well, we ventured into week 6, and it's amazing. Last week, the discussion boards were packed with community information, shared vision, and I got, as well as everybody else, got a peek into what's happening in your district. There were some wonderful stories. I was very impressed, actually, about some of the positive work that's truly going in the schools relating to leadership. There's always positive work going on in schools, but the leadership can be well aligned with the staff or not. The leadership can be a visionary person, and that vision is worked together with the staff and community, or it can be more of a managerial person who might not have a vision. So the staff are lost a little bit. So I really enjoyed listening to some of the pieces, or reading some of the pieces that you shared, and your responses, again, initial ones, and to colleagues are just absolutely very thoughtful and very meaningful. So thank you for that. I'm hoping or thinking you're getting a lot out of the class because of that. So no assignment this week, but there certainly is one this week here. Last week there was none. So the week assignment is the SWOT, and I'll get back to that in a minute. But you have some reading and you have some samples. You have wonderful samples to look at this year, this week. And one of them was a Seattle school. And somebody had commented that some of the links weren't working. When I just checked them, they seem to be working. But what I did was go out and look for another sample for you. So there's going to be in the announcement one about public schools as well, just in case you can't open a link, or this will give you another resource. So let's get back to SWOT. To me, this is the one of the most exciting things about doing a project like this, problems based, because you get to see the strengths and the weaknesses and the opportunities and the threats. You already kind of delve into this a little bit, because when you did your paper prior, you had to think about what the strengths were. You had to think about the weaknesses. You did some data. So you've got some ideas there you might want to go back to and use and think about doing in your grid, your SWOT grid. So I also have a SWOT grid I want to show you just as an example, and then a follow-up SMART goal as well. And this paper was from a prior students, prior class. So it's one that's been submitted and approved, of course. You do, again, have the readings and such discussion board. We're back to whole group again. So I cannot begin to share enough just to say how wonderful you are, the dedicated work that you're doing, so much going on. And to keep striving for excellence, striving to go through the course, striving to do the best that you can as educators. And I know in the state of Maine, Dr. Shah, who's in charge of CDC, he put out a video to Maine educators, and I shared it on my Facebook page, thanking educators for doing what they do. And I couple that, okay? All right, so I'm gonna share screen. And bear with me, here it is. So this is a sample SWOT. Okay, there is a table in the course that you could use. It does say in the description that you can do a narrative or you can do a table. To me, every time I've done a SWOT analysis, I've always used a table. It's very brief. It gets to the point. It's bulleted. You can see a quick snapshot of what the SWOT is. So the strengths, and I'll get to the goal in a minute, was a small district. Some teachers were interested and are ready for collaborating. You can see this, the Common Core. So those were the strengths that came out of the analysis. The weakness, and again, they're going to be looking at critical reading and analytic writing. If you go back to your problem, because you had to state your problem in your first paper, there it is. So you've got some of your weaknesses there already and your data. So opportunities, what are some of the opportunities as that can be a result of the problem? Okay, how to fix it maybe. In the threats, budget, always. Okay, so then from there, this is not this week, but I wanted to show it to you to make a connection for you, is that, here's more. SMART goals. So when you write your SMART goals, it has to be measurable. We'll get to that. Many of you have written SMART goals. If not, you'll have plenty of information to guide you to do so. But by May date, 100% measurable of the students in 9/11 will have exposed to Newfield's reading, writing standards. Okay, so I want to show that to you so you would get an idea what the SWOT is, in addition to what you might have seen already on the course. So thank you so very much for your time. I deeply appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. You're fantastic. And take care of yourselves, because it's amazing what you're doing right now. And I deeply appreciate it. Okay, thank you so very much. Be well.